Is this going? Echo, echo. Looks like we're live. I am just going to go about my business here. If people show up, they show up. If they don't show up, they don't show up. But I just wanted to test live streaming. Let me see if I can get my chat's got to be here. Sign into chat. Looks like I gotta find my password. The best thing about going live is figuring out everything as you go live. That's the way the true streamers do it. Which one am I supposed to do here? I guess it's this. All right, we're live in chat. Let me see here. Are these views my views, or did somebody actually show up? Can I get a 1-2 in chat if anybody's here? And then I'll actually start doing some stuff and talking to myself on stream. So let's go view my channel. All right, looks like I'm live, and I'm watching myself. All right, so what I'm currently working on here is I was just gonna fulfill some Amazon stuff that I found locally. So a good way to start Amazon is to go to stores in your area and use the app to scan. So of course, no one's even called me all day, and now I'm getting phone calls as soon as I go on. But so let me share my screen with you here. I'm going to be sending out this particular item here. It's basically freeze tight. You can see it. So I could have Amazon label this for me for 55 cents each, but I'm actually going to do it myself. So all you got to do it's nice when they're in cases like this, because I have bought in the past like 10 or 20 of these, and then I didn't label them myself because it was easier just to throw them all in these size cases here and let Amazon do it. But I have printed out from my sales log online, which looks like this. which looks like this. So you go into your seller account and you will search for, you'll go to send to Amazon and you'll search for a particular item. In this case, I typed in freeze and it's going to pull up the item for me. It was right here. I'm going to put one case, which is 12 units. I already have it set up in the system. Just to give you an idea of, show you how a case is set up. I put the ASIN in here, which is the Amazon identification number. I put it's a case of 12 and it's a small Walmart box. I can probably get more in there, but then it starts getting a little bit heavy for the box. And so it's going to get damaged. So 12 units, box size 17, 11, 13, weight 21, 18. It can go up to 50 pounds, but in 25 inches in size of a box. But this is going to be a good weight for this box size, and I've set it so that I'm putting my own labels on. And then it's really simple from there on out. You just grab your item, make sure that it's clean, that you don't have any labels or anything on it, so it's a brand new item for the customer. You'll find the UPC that's put on there, and you'll actually change that to your UPC, which the system will generate for you, whether you can create. And then you're just going to fill up your box in that particular manner. So there's quicker ways to do this, but without just showing you my ass all day, I'll show you how this is going to go down. Screen? No, I'm on screen. Q4 is a really good time to get into Amazon because you have Christmas around the way. I think the quickest and easiest way I was thinking about is you can join what's called a BOLO group, be on the lookout for group, and you get together with a bunch of other people that are doing this. You all go out and scan for items. And then if you have 30 people in the group, everybody is required to share one item in order to get access to the other 29 items. And so now you're taking your efforts and you're multiplying them into the community by 30. And then you try to stay out of each other's way and keep the listing price up. You know, so I'm in New Hampshire. You know, and I was scanning Walmart up here and I found an item, and I told my friends in Texas, well, they can go out and they can get that item in Texas, and then I can see what they found in Texas and look for it up here in New Hampshire, and then we start shipping it, and I mean, Amazon is selling $1 billion a day, so you wouldn't technically be stepping on each other's feet, especially during Q4, because the volume for this stuff can get really high. Because of the holidays. So, shred this. This goes into the trash. This goes into recycling. One thing I do want to check is this particular box right here does weigh something. So I want to get a new weight on this without the actual box. So I got my scale here. Boom. That's it. Those are 30. Not glassware or ceramic unicorn, so it's going to be fine via UPS. It's just some kitchen wrap. Got my stairs. Turn my scale on. Hit the tear button so it goes to 0. Pop this on. Now let me recheck that because... Alright, looks like we're at 23.2. So this is off. So let me modify. Let me modify here. This is at 23.2. 23.2. Save that. One box is going in, which is equal to 12 units. Boom. I'm going to confirm this. So let me show you what this looks like over here. The system is going to start working, and it's going to figure out how much this is actually going to cost. It's getting some quotes for us right now. So I'm going to send this to the East Coast. I can send it to Central or the West, but we'll send it to East. We'll head over and drop it off today, which is the 31st of August. And one box, 12 units. So these are $13.41. I'm going to come over here to my Be Cool. Now, Be Cool is where it's going to be changing the price for me using AI to meet the competitors' price and sell. So I'm going to pull this up. We got two listings here. This price is the same. They're both $5.99. I'm going to pull up my calculator here. And we're going to see that we paid $13.14 to ship those. So $13.14 to ship those. And usually I have these pulled up, but we're going to show you how to remember these. So you're going to go to Walmart, and we're going to go to small moving boxes. Small moving boxes. So here's the small moving boxes. They're $1 each. So we're going to add that in. So $1 for the box. We're not going to worry about the tape and stuff. So it's actually costing us $14.14 to send 12 of them. Divide that by 12. It's $1.17 each. So if I look here, I got it at 2. I like that to be at $1.25. Let's round up. And then 11 is, that should be at 40 for break even. So currently the going rate looks like it's about 15.06. Let me just do this here. Copy, paste, paste. Now I got this particular item for free. So I can just break even on it and make money. Once this gets into stock, I'll probably readjust this. I could probably do it right now, to be honest with you. But I don't need to. I'll just keep it where it last sold. Let's just see here. We're going to go down to Keepa. You're going to look in here at your data. You're going to look at product details. It's going to take a second to load. And currently at 1447, they've gone up to 1680 and 1491. So we'll just keep it right there. We will go back to this. We'll accept those charges. This is going to generate our shipping labels for us. Those are my printers over my back shoulders, but I'm going to do thermo printing 4x6 labels. If you don't have that when you first start, you can do these letters type things. It's just like a regular printer on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and then you could tape it to the side. But I have a printer back there that prints these labels for me. So let's go to full speed, and you can see the printers there behind me. I'm just going to print these labels out. And then we go back here, we view tracking, and we close this order. So this shipping order is finished. We can go back to manage all inventory. Then, now all you got to do, I'm going to take these labels, and you're going to put the FBA on one side, and you're going to put the UPS one on the other side. and you're done. This is when you have a pre-selected case. So that was, I don't know how long that took. I've been online for 15 minutes explaining it, but that was $72 right there for those. I just grabbed them off the shelf, throw them in there. I usually move large cases of those. I just got away from that product because I was buying it to do get up store credit. So those sell quite a bit. I was selling like close to 100 of those a month. So for a while there, they were making around $600. But now I just had some extras, so I saw them there, so I bought some. But it adds up pretty quickly. Let's see. What do we got here? All right, these are interesting. I know that 24 of these fit in one of these. So I'm going to make a case of these. This is the same situation. These have been difficult to find, but they sell on shelves for pretty inexpensive, and they sell online because they're hard to find for a lot more. But they are little syrup grenades. If you can see that, you put honey or syrup in there, you squeeze it, and it drips down. But I'm going to look and see if I can find this. If I have it even in my inventory anymore, because I took it out for a while. So it was B. Getting too old. Turning into one of those old people that's like, what is, when they look at stuff and they're like, what is this? What is this right here? What is this? I'm gonna have to. I think I might need. I think that's maybe why people are having kids, so that they can have the kids read labels for them. So these are B085 TQ9 Z8D. Let's see if I still have these in stock. I do. I'm currently out of stock, but I have some to replenish now. So you click on the button here. I'm going to put send replenish inventory. And here's that case that I was talking about of 24. I'm going to actually add to this and put Walmart small. And I'll put the labels on. So let's print some labels. I need to print 24 to start. Boom. Let's take a look. You can see the label maker behind me here. Bam, we're printing the labels, basically printing our SKUs. Now it's the same thing. You got the product SKUs here, but that's not what you want. That's the owner of this product, or that's the UPC for the product. Once they go into Amazon, you want to cover that with your SKU. It was nice when I was doing, now that I do so much on wholesale, like online, and I don't do a lot of packing myself. But it was nice when I did. I had an assistant, so all I had to do was print labels, and then kind of just walk away and she would label all this stuff, listen to music, relax. It does get a little bit tedious, but you're going to realize that it's tedious if you have a 9 to 5. So imagine you have a 9 to 5 where you're doing something like this for somebody else. At least if you're doing this type of piecework, in a day you can ship out quite a few items that you find, and then you just walk away after a few hours of work, and then Amazon does all the work for you. So you put some upfront cost and time and energy into it. But after a little while, you start getting money back while you're sleeping. So I know it didn't seem like $76 didn't seem like much for those things, but if you're making, I don't know what somebody's making per hour, but it didn't take me an hour to do that. So if you're making, what do people make per hour? $20 an hour. So that's almost 2 hours worth of work in less than 15 minutes, and then you just walk away. And now I'm already making something else. So I've tried to change my system now where I'm going to only be purchasing stuff that's making a 50% return or more. My crypto is making about 12% a month. So this is going to take about 90 days. So I think 50% profit in 90 days, or 12% a month for keeping that money into crypto. That's what my cutoff point is going to be for the future. Trying to figure out where to best spend my energy. And the crypto is really just amazing right now. I'm getting anywhere from 0.5 to 0.83% a day return on that, which is just unheard of. For solid stuff like working with Ethereum, you can get some higher, super risky returns, like 1% a day. But then you're not doing true DeFi really anymore. You're doing some of these dApps and stuff where you're taking these higher risk situations. And I feel very comfortable staking ETH and making that type of money. So. To get approved to sell a product with a price quote from a wholesaler work, or do you have to have a purchase invoice? You're going to need a purchase invoice. So let me pull something up for you here while we're on things. So we have a question in the chat if you'll need a purchase invoice. And let's open up a new chat GPT thing here. What are the best categories to start Amazon FBA and be ungated? So I just got ChatGPT up here, and let's just ask it a quick question. I think it's going to tell you like books is where I started. Home and kitchen is really good. Sporting outdoors, it depends. Like Adidas and Nike and that stuff is going to be pretty difficult to get ungated in. Office products are okay, but they don't usually have a lot. Now, tools and home improvement, if you've done construction or if you've done roofing and you have a really good idea of tools, Lowe's and Home Depot are a great place to start because you can go there as a contractor and you want to buy stuff, find stuff that's profitable, and then call the local general manager and say, hey, how many of you have these in stock? Can you send them to my local thing and buy in bulk that way? And a lot of times they'll help you out. So that's a really great starter one. Toys and games, generic stuff for the most part, Legos, Barbie, Mattel, all that stuff's going to be difficult to get ungated in. Beauty and personal care is hit or miss. Some of the higher brands like Neutrogena and Revlon won't even let people in anymore. But to answer the question exactly about getting approved to sell a product with a price quote from a wholesaler, you're going to need a finalized invoice. So what I'll do sometimes is, if it's a new product that I'm buying for the first time for that brand, I'll buy the minimum order quantity and have it shipped to my house. I'll get it to the residential location, send in the invoice, get approved. Sometimes they'll help. They'll try to help you with giving you in the invoice before it ships, and you can try that. But sometimes they also need photos, in which case you can also ask your salesperson to go to the warehouse and take some photos for you. I've done that before, and that works. Then you still never have to touch them. If you're working with a good sales representative at a wholesale company, they'll help you get the pieces you need to get ungated, but they don't make promises on it. So if you do a small order quantity and get it sent to your house, if you can't get ungated, you can continue to try while you store it there. And then if it doesn't end up working out, you most likely won't be able to return a wholesale product, but you will be able to put them on eBay or something else, Facebook Marketplace, or something like that, to try to sell them. So good question, especially for people that are just starting out. So now I have a case of 24 here. And I am going to, I have some extra ones there, but those are going to go into like a random, those are going to have to go into a random setup, because I don't have a complete set for a secondary case. And because the other price is off, I just wanted to check to see if I can get this particular weight and double check it with what I currently have. So these weigh 24.8. So let's go into my cases here and see if they weigh 24.8, 25. Yeah. And I packed them perfect. So let's confirm these. Now, last I checked those, I buy these for $4.99, and they were selling for $30 last time. So we're going to do the same thing here again. We're going to be shipping them out today. I'm just going to head over to UPS and drop them off. I'm going to take this number here and pull these up in my Be Cool. And you can see I haven't sold these in a while, so it's paused. They're $4.99, and they're selling for $40 or $30. So now the price has gone to like $27 and change. So let's get a good 30-day price on these. $38.99, so that's way up. Let's check the pricing here. 180 days, 33, 36. They're currently at $38.99. So we'll go over here. We'll put $38.99. I think that's a little too high. Sometimes if you go too high with the pricing, what'll happen is you'll end up getting a lot of returns. So let's just do $38.99 in here. $38.99 in here. You'll get a lot of returns, and it's not worth trying to make that extra money when not getting a satisfied customer. That's like $380. So I'd be making almost $22 a piece on those. But let's figure out an additional cost first, and then I'll go back and I'll set that pricing here. So these are going to cost me $16.21. So let's pull up our calculator again. These are going to cost me $16.21, plus the dollar box is $17.21, divided by the 24 that I'm shipping. And then I forgot to do this last time. I add 55 cents for labels. That's not right. So we got 16. So you got 17.21 21 divided by 24 plus 55 cents is $1.26. So let's say $1.25 for these extra. So prices have gone up since there. I think I'm going to keep that at the $38.99. But I think I would be more than happy making $20 off these. But they're super rare. So if people are paying those, I don't want to stop them from paying the value that they think, because this is going to make up the difference. But that's a 320% return on investment. And this is stuff I can't get from cryptocurrency, which is why I continue to do Amazon. When you start seeing it like this, that you're putting 625 forward of your own money, and then you're getting back $20, and you're making a 320% profit on the money that the effort that you've learned in your skill set. So we'll get this running here. We're going to do the top price as that, and then they'll definitely sell for $29.99. So I'm going to put the absolutely bottom price for now is $29.99. We go back over here and we accept these charges. And once again, you're going to give the computer a little bit to talk to UPS and get all the scraping and all the weights and everything. And here we go. I'm going to do the 4x6 labels again. I should actually do a video on how you set those up, because I know a lot of people are having difficulty getting their Rolo printers to work properly. So, here we go. Now, those are roughly going to make $20 a piece. So I don't know. You can go back and think about how long that took me, but let's pull up the calculator here. There's 24 of those times $20 profit. That was $480 I just made, and however long it took me to just put those in there. So we're going to add that to the original $76 from the other one. So far in these past 32 minutes, $556. I'm no lawyer, folks. I ain't no lawyer. So granted, I did have to find these products originally, set up this whole system here, understand Amazon, have these skill sets, know where to find these products. There's a whole bunch of learning that goes behind this, and to find these particular products, that's the skill set. So when you first start out, you're not going to be making $556 in 33 minutes. And it's not 33 minutes. I had to drive to the store. I had to get these off the shelf. I had to bring these up here. I had to go and get boxes at Walmart. Then they're going to get shipped out, and those are going to sell. If we pull up this last one here, these sell about 24 a month. So that's going to slowly come back this person's not FBA. So mine will get into FBA. Maybe theirs will soon. And then we'll compete and we'll sell about 12 a month. I think I'm going to lower that price, and they're going to sell much quicker, because they used to sell quicker than that. They got a good rating. So that should be coming back within 30 to 60 days once that gets shipped out. So same thing. Now I'm going to go back to the pile here, and I'm going to do another one. We're up to, let me pull up a note here and see what our totals are. So the first one was $76. The second one was, I forget, 76, and then that was 20 times 24. That was 480. So I'm going to make a little list here as we go, and then we can see how much we're able to pack in that amount of time. And I also have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I have 11 more of these. It's just that they're going to go into an oddball pack after this instead of instead of a case pack. So I got another case in here. I have these, just like the animal things that go. These sell really good for Christmas. And I have an open case and I have a completely closed case. So, a couple things. Rather than take these all out of the box, this is where getting Amazon to do some work for you is going to save me a lot of time. So I am going to see if I can find this. All right, so let's go over here. Let's move the talking head around, folks. So we have these. They're out of stock. I'm going to here, and we need to replenish these. Send to replenish this inventory. Here they are right here. We want to do, they says there's a Walmart large will fit 42. Factory case is 36. So we have a factory case here. And if you notice, I can choose right here if I want the seller, which would be me, or Amazon. I'm going to pay 55 cents to Amazon. This way that I'm going to save a bunch of time. So let's bag this back up. Close this back up. Actually, before we close that back up, because those are exposed, I'm just going to take a little paper here. A little paper. And let's protect these. Just a little bit. Nothing fancy. Just a little bit. Nothing fancy. Pull off some more of the tape. I should actually put some links to this stuff on Amazon because you don't need all this fancy equipment. That tape machine is like a $400 tape machine with a serial number, but it was probably one of the best things I added to my arsenal to save time. It's really worth it. It's metal. It holds its resale value, so I'll be able to sell it eventually. Let's see. It claims that those are 18 pounds. So if you check here, so this is the factory case of 36, case pack 36, 16, 24, 16, 18 pounds. So I'm going to just double check that that's true. It's been a little while since I sold these. And I do that for two reasons. One, I don't want to get in trouble for lying about weights because you get a discount from Amazon. But two, it could go the other way. I could have it too high. So this is 17.2. So 18 pounds was correct. And let's get our labels now. So you go back into the system here, and we're going to do one box. It's saying send in one, but these sell really well. I know that they do. So this particular one, that they're at 13, 12, 13, 14 though. So they went way down in price, but they sell 400 a month. So let me put this in here. I'm getting them currently at $3.99 each. I'm going to move this back up to here and put this at break even. So this will put the top price. These again, I got on store credit. Maybe I'll do some stuff in the future, but I'm not going to do it right now about extreme couponing. But there's ways to get a bunch of free items through couponing that you can then resell at 100% profit margin. And that is a good way to kickstart your seed money for your business. So we're going to go back into here. I got one box, 36 units. There it is. And I'm just going to double check that here. 36 units, 36 pieces, right on the side of the case. There's the $3.99 price. Confirm and continue on your Amazon account. And they're going to keep these on the East Coast, so they're going to be $9.72. It's going to give me some shipping charges here. All right, so this is going to be, because of the size and the labels, we're paying $10.15 for shipping fees. We're paying $9.18 for labeling fees, and we're paying $9.72 for placement fees, which means it's going to divide this up throughout the country. So I want to go back in here and make sure that East Coast is the cheapest. It's $9.72. Now, here's a little trick. Shipping to the East Coast is an extra $9.72. Here's the shipping to there. In prep and labeling fees, okay. So that is the cheapest. So keep that the cheapest. And now it's $39.67. So we go in here, $39.67. And we are going to divide that by the 36 that were there. And we're going to get $1.10. I round up to $1.25. So now we go in here. And we're going to change this to $1.25. And I'm going to go down here and make sure I'm getting my 40% return on these. So you're seeing these as $2 a piece, but I'm not actually paying for them because I got them for free. So it's actually $4 and $5, $6 a piece. So these are $6 each times 36 is going to be $216. So I'm going to add 216 to this total here. Let's go back over here. Now that that's all set up, I'm going to accept that $40 in charges. So you don't have to pay for the shipping, technically. You pay for the shipping at a huge discounted rate, but it comes out of your account and it comes out of your sales. So once you catch up in your sales, they always will cover your shipping. When you first start out, you're going to have to give them a credit card to pay for the shipping fees in case if you're spending more money with your credit with Amazon than you're producing in sales. So that's going to be a little bit of a startup cost for you when you first begin. But and just like that, that's done. I'm talking as we do this. You know, a lot of times I can listen to music or be on the phone with my friends catching up. But I'm looking at the time here. I'm 43 minutes, almost 45 minutes in. And what are we looking at? We're looking at 216 plus 480 plus 76 for a total of $772 so far. So in 45 minutes, I'm shipping out $772. I'm going to probably do one more and get this up to $1,000 and then call this live stream like packing $1,000 in under 60 minutes. How's that sound? So this is done. And I have another whole case of these over here that are going to be packed a different way. So actually, how many do I have? I have 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46%. So I got 48 of those. And I mentioned to you, you can create these cases ahead of time. So if I go back here to inventory that I'm going to send, and I'm going to send more of this. That was a pre-made case. Yeah, I think they'll be okay. But I'm running a puppy mill here, Will. So I'm going to go back. This is going to be something that accidentally came up. This is why I think the live streams are good rather than make videos. Because, all right, here we are. We got the same product. And that was the factory case that showed up as 36 units. I've done this in the past, and I know that I can get 42 units in a Walmart large. And these I'm going to label myself. So let's hit one here, get those ready to ship. I'm going to need to print labels. So we'll get the labels over my back here. So you can see these getting shipped out. We're going to do 42 of those. Let me know. We got a couple. It looks like we have a couple more viewers now. I don't mind doing these because I'm going to be doing work like this all the time. And if people had live questions about Amazon, live questions about DeFi, this would be a pretty good way for me to work, monetize it, and answer questions for everybody, making myself available. All right, so now I go into my thing here, and the difference was with that last group, because I didn't want to take them all out of the box, that case was set up so that Amazon would do the case packs. This one's set up the seller, myself, I'm going to be putting the labels on for 55 cents instead of paying them for 55 cents. But the reason is I got to touch them anyways. So if I'm going to touch them, it only takes a couple seconds to check them out and put them in the box. So we'll grab some more tape here. I should actually show you that, guys. This is like autism heaven. Let me show you. You guys want to see what a $400 tape dispenser looks like? This thing's pretty cool. This is from Better Packages. This is all solid metal. And it's actually got a serial number on it and everything, so if like it gets stolen, you can, let me see if this will, that they can trace it down or you can get parts, but you put basically this glue tape in the back that's dry, and then it's got two brushes here that lick it like a stamp for you. And then on the side, I wish I could take my thing here, but you can see these numbers here. You set them to the length you want. You pull the handle. Maybe if you worked in a warehouse before, you've already used this. But this, you can get these for like $30 in plastic form. It's basically like a little plastic trough that you put that in and pull it off in the lengths. But that metal one has made stuff so much quicker for me. I mean, I'm slowing down right now, but I would already be done with all this if I wasn't recording and off riding my bike or living my life. Or maybe I wouldn't even do this many in a row. You know, maybe I just wake up every morning and I pack just one of these, and then you get on with your life. So let's see how we want to set these up here. I used to be extremely OCD, and I used to like count everything 100 times and recheck it 100 times, whatever. But it's like the software will do it for you. So I've printed out 42 of these. I know 42 fit in there. I don't have to count anything. I type the number in the computer. This is the counting it does for me. So some people will like to print out all the labels they have. But when you do something like that, you're creating a lot of work because now you have to actually count how many units of stuff that you're working on. So you'd be surprised how much mental energy and how much quicker you'll get tired if you're not allowing the software to do a lot of the work for you. I'm going to move these to the side because these are all on the bottom, so these need to be upside down. So to make it quicker, I'm going to flip these. Now we're off to the races because I got all these set up the way they need to be set up, and then I can just plop them right in here as they go. What would be good if you had, you know, two parents living at home and got a couple of teenage kids, or a couple of intelligent, just about to be teenage kids. You could get a whole assembly line, and I mean, you could definitely be making, what do you need, like $7,000 a month to support a family of four? I think you could easily get $7,000 a month to support a family of four, and then you're at home and you're teaching your kids how to do a little business like this, and you're market facing. They get to do research. They learn data analysis. They learn profit. They learn customer service, because you do have reviews sometimes that come in that you respond to. So I think this is a great little business. If you have a couple people in a family setting that want to learn. It's not super grueling. You know, there's no forklifts or anything. I guess you could bring it up to that level, but all you really need to do, and I live in a condo setup on the 3rd floor, but if you had a garage, you could just call UPS and they show up and you guys are done for the day. But then they still even get to deal with the UPS people and learn communication skills on that aspect of it. I could see this being a really good family business to like teach kids the ropes right in the beginning. And then they also get an idea of like what a dollar is worth and how it works. So when they're asking for like toys and stuff, they can see how much effort and work goes into creating that. Unfortunately, the returns are so high on this that it might be good, because it'll inflate their ego to the point where they'll never want to work a $15 minimum wage job. They'll understand that there's easier ways to use your time and effort to make a lot more return with your skills, rather than your life force being drained from you in exchange for resources. You can use your skills to leverage to make more money in a shorter amount of time. I mean, and I'm not saying this to be condescending, because I didn't learn this until later in life, but most of us walk around just like wasting our time and not getting the resources that we deserve for energy. And we realize it, like we mentally realize that when we're in the job, because it feels exhausting, but we don't know how to manifest a system in which we're making more income and using our skill sets. And for me, the problem solving aspects of Amazon and the business and the money management aspect of it, they translated into all aspects of my life, including the DeFi business that I'm running. And that took off so much quicker than this business did, because I already had the skills from this and the understanding. And once that happened, I just took those and I flipped them on the other aspects of my life, which was pretty amazing. How to leverage money, how to leverage interest, for example. Like one big trick for me is I was always taught to be debt free. And yeah, you don't want to get into debt buying, sports cars and motorcycles and stuff that's not an asset. But if you can make 300% on an item, right? For example, you have a credit card, even if the credit card is a 30% interest rate, right? Would it be worth it to you to put this on your credit card, pay the 30% interest on the credit card to make a 300% return? When it's all said and done, you're still making 270% return. I don't recommend this as a long-term plan, but I did this as a short-term plan. And basically, you're getting the money for cheaper than when you're turning it into an asset. So if you can get money at 7%, 8%, 10%, even a high 30% on a credit card, but you can make 100% returns on what you buy from it, or you can make 300 or 200%. You just take, if you're losing 30% and you're making 100%, you're making a 70% return on your investment. Like I said, not a good long-term strategy, but learning to leverage money, other people's money like that is a skill that helped me in the crypto domain. So I filled up to 36 from the original case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 6 more that I need. So let's pull 6 more. Now, I also, having said all that with confidence, you need to have the skills to back up that percentage of income. You need to make sure that you understand how you can do product research, demand. You're not buying a seasonal product that is going to quickly lose value, or somebody like Amazon comes in and competes with you and you can't compete with a huge corporation. There's other aspects of it that you have to take into consideration before you start risking those large amounts of money. But the key is to work at your skill until you have enough confidence that you feel like you could do that. And I'll tell you, I probably could have jumped a lot sooner in my tax brackets and my business and my DeFi and all this stuff had I had a little bit more confidence in my skill sets. Just realizing that I wasn't going to fail. But I was scared to make a lot of leaps. And then once I made them, everything worked out, of course, because I had the incentive at that next level to keep moving. And I mean, this isn't the most glamorous. Of jobs. It's not sexy, but the return on time investment, it's like, who fucking cares? I'm gonna be in the mountain, baby. As soon as this is done, I'm gonna take my bike to the gym and I'm gonna hit the mountains for a little bit, and I'm gonna make more money doing this live stream, not from that, but from these products than most people are making a week, and that's a blessing. So I don't care that it's not sexy. So this is 19.6 pounds. We're gonna go and we're gonna check. And that's not me being conceited. That's me, hopefully, if you're watching this, getting you excited that you can do this too. That you can go out and you can start a business, and this is a good one where you're basically finding products that are in demand. And what did I say, 19.6? So let's change this to 20. And I labeled them. You can go out and you can find something where you're taking income and rolling it over. So the other thing that's difficult, why you need money to grow sometimes, is when I started, I had $500 and I was buying books at Savers. Books are super cheap. You just take the app, you're scanning them, you're putting the weight in there. They're telling you how rare they are. My phone's blowing up, but they'll have to wait. They're telling you how rare you are, and some books sell for $30. So if you buy it for $1 and it sells for $30, you're making huge profits. Now, you're not going to find a ton of them. The reason this stuff is better is you find one profitable item. You can buy everything on the shelf, and if the demand is there, you can go 2 towns over to the next Walmart, 3 towns over, and then you can get online and look up all the Walmarts within a 20-mile radius. And then you start calling the manager at the local Walmart and making friends and saying, hey, can you ship these? I need to buy more. Can I pick them up?
Oh, I can? Perfect. Oh, he doesn't, but the guy next town over will do it for you. So you drive there. Now you're just picking up merchandise in your car or a U-Haul truck. I've done that. And you're shipping it out. 2 days worth of work, hanging out with your buddy, have a couple beers afterwards, and I had truckloads that made 45K in 2 days worth of work, and then I just have to manage it over the next couple of months. And it was just me hanging out with my boy, boxing stuff up, playing grab ass, and listening to podcasts. So, anyway, so here we are. I got 42 more of these come in. Let's confirm them. We already have the new price range set here. I'm going to pump this up to the 1450, and I'll adjust this more as they get closer to actually being in inventory. I'm going to drive these over to Staples UPS today, so that's fine. I'm going to pay an extra $11.13 to do it regional. So here's the thing. These are pretty cheap, right? These are 21 to ship for 42. So I'm actually I sent some of these to the East Coast. I'm actually going to send some of these out to Central now. So the last box went to East. These are going to go out Central. They'll go to like Texas or Indiana, Ohio, South Dakota. They'll go somewhere, probably down to Texas, where they're going to get shipped out to a lot of places. Actually, let's see. It'll tell me right here. They're going to get shipped out to Tennessee, Clarksville, Tennessee. If I do that, and if I do West, they're going to go to Washington, Pasco, Washington. So or with the East Coast, they would get sent to Pennsylvania. So let's send them down to Tennessee, pay a couple extra bucks. My last one went to New Jersey. So I'm going to get my inventory spread around a little bit. I'm going to accept these charges, $29.32. Because there's 42 of them, I already know that this is cheaper than what the last one went for, even when I'm paying for that extra box. We're over an hour now, but let's do these again. These were, what did we say? These were making $2 each, and they're $5. So I paid $4 or $5. I'm making $6 a piece on those. So we got 6 times 42 is $252. So we got $252. We got plus $216, plus $480, and then plus $76. I think the first one was. So there's $1,000, people. That's $1,024 in profit packed. And we're just over the hour mark, and I've been talking. So if I wasn't talking, if I was just doing this myself, then this would be done in under an hour. And like I said, I'd already be out living my life. I'd be listening to podcasts. I'd be grabbing lunch. I'd be in the woods hiking. I'd be at the gym, trying not to be so fat and old. There's all sorts of stuff I could do better than my time than be working. So this is a great way to exchange a lot less time for effort. And that's the profit that these are making too. So that's the 1,000 and change is the profit that's coming in. What I should have done too, and I guess I'll do this right before we get off the stream. Let's add up what I paid for all that stuff, and then what the profit's going to come back, and then show you what the investment would be. And then now you've seen the investment in time, and then the investment in energy a little bit, how quick you can pack these if you don't do the wholesalers. I recommend learning a little bit of what's called retail arbitrage, is when you go and find the products in your area that are selling for low and shipping them to areas where they pay higher prices. Example, I'm in New Hampshire right now. It's getting cold. But down south and in Texas and stuff, it's still warm. So if I go to Walmart right now, I go to the garden section, there's going to be a whole clearance section of stuff that they're trying to get off the shelf that people are looking for down south to still use on their gardens. And they'll be marked down to $1. And last year I found all these fertilizers and stuff that were selling for $1 and selling for $26 online. And they sold out within a couple of days. So you could do a very small investment if you went to your Walmart shopping center. Now, if you're down in Texas, you're going to have to kind of brainstorm if it's hot out. And you know, what do we have down here that they might still need up top, and vice versa. Or you just look online and you start scanning, and the app will figure it out for you. So let's just go in here real quick and see what I shipped. So this particular item was 76. That was the full profit, and those were actually free because those are from the couponing thing. So those cost me $0. 480. Those were also free, but I don't think I figured out the price based on them not being free. So those were $5 each. Those were the honeybee things. I got some of this stuff with coupons left over in store credits. 216 was the first box of those dolls, which were also free. So this doesn't really work to show you a great idea because I use so much store credit. But if you paid for stuff like that, you're going to expect on average, maybe I work on a 50%. So for me to make this $1,000, I would spend $500 roughly. I would spend $500. I'd make $1,000, but you're gonna get back $1,500. So you're gonna get back your original $5 and the profit on top of it within a couple of months. And that's it. I mean, I'm done for the day. We did a little live stream here. I wanted to test it. If you see this, if you end up seeing this live stream or you're watching right now, please comment. Should I try to do more of these? I mean, I got 6 views, but I don't know how many current viewers I'm actually getting if people are popping in and leaving. But we can do all sorts of stuff on here because I don't mind going like on coin market cap, and sometimes I'll go over just the cryptos that I'm working with and how the market's going. Sometimes I want to just do maybe doing some spreadsheets where I'm just going through and finding products. We could do some real-time questions where I show you how I would brainstorm if I was in that situation. So let me know, but I'm going to call it here. Actually, I should probably do some advertising. So you found this at Dave Wright the Capitalist YouTube channel, where I'm trying to promote my philosophy channel. But if you want to learn about Amazon, Crypto DeFi, money management and stuff, check me out here. But I'm really just trying to use this channel because it's got almost 5K subscribers to get people over onto my website where I want to start teaching. Once I get my DeFi up, and I figured out my expenses this morning, I should be able to, I'm 49, I'm going to be 50 in March. And by mid 2025, I should have enough passive income coming in that I'll be essentially retired. And then I'll be able to spend my time online messing around and teaching you guys because I'll have plenty of income coming in from my investments that I can live off of indefinitely, or till the government comes up and throws me in a cage. But this is my website, Dave Wright the Thinker. You can connect with me on BitChute, Rumble, Twitter, and YouTube. But this has got a great search engine here. You can search up all sorts of different stuff here. Let's do blockchain. For example, if you were to just search blockchain, these are all the videos that I mentioned blockchain in. We got 2 pages of. If we were to mention mafia, like the government mafia, here's one right here. Oh, let's do free speech. If we were to do free speech, if you're interested in that, I got two videos on that. My roads, if you're a libertarian, let's see if I got anything on that. I got one on that. So basically you can go through and search and find all sorts of stuff here. So if you tune in and watch this, thank you very much. Comment below if you'd like to see more of these, and I'll do more. If not, and if so, when. I think Saturday morning or afternoon might be good when people are home. I was thinking about doing it in the morning because that's usually when I work. But everybody's at work, so they can't really watch me work. So I don't know.
give me some feedback from the community. So, all right, take care, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.